Hey everybody, welcome back to HemingwayLand.com, your source for quality, affordable land in the state of New Mexico. We've got a new property that's premiering today. This is 1.2 acres in the Timberon subdivision in Otero County. It's priced at $3,200. I should mention, we have another property in this same subdivision. It's 1 acre for $3,000, and I have been remiss in that I have not made a video for this. So I'm going to do this video, and then we're going to post it on both listing pages. The information, a lot of it is going to overlap and be applicable to both properties, but I'm specifically going to talk about this property right now. So here we go. All right, first thing. This is a drone video of the property. It's going to give you an excellent sense of what the area is like. This, however, will be replaced by me talking. So if you want to watch this, just scroll all the way to the bottom of the page below the photo gallery, and you'll be able to see that. It can be very helpful in getting a sense of what these surroundings are like. All right, so Timberon. We've bought a lot of properties out here. We've sold a lot of properties out here, and these are ones that our buyers tend to like, so we try to pick up as many as we can. Timberon is a subdivision out in Otero County, close to Alamogordo, that is, it was bought up by a developer back in the 70s, a couple thousand acres, and they subdivided everything, chopped it all up, and resold the parcels, a lot of which are 1 acre properties. There's a lot that are under 1 acre, very few that are over 1 acre, but a lot of 1 acre properties. Anyway, they resold those, and then the Timberon Development Council, which is the property owners association that's been in charge of the area ever since, has done a very nice job of building up the community and making it a pretty enviable little place for people to live, bucolic little subdivision. So, for instance, they have a clubhouse out there, they have restaurants, they have a fire department within Timberon, which obviously is a very useful thing to have on site. But they also have a lot of amenities that you don't typically find, like a golf course. They have a community pool, and they even have an airfield out there. So if you want to visit by plane, enter and exit Timberon by plane, you can. Let's go down here and just show you where this is on a map. So here in our table of information, we have latitude, longitude, and there's GPS coordinates. You click on any one of these, it's going to bring it up on the map. This is the center point of the property, and we recently started adding the corner points back onto our listings here, specifically because I get this question so much about Timberon properties. So let's just bring this up and talk about this. This property is located off of Brownwood Drive. It's right here. Goes roughly halfway from Brownwood to Norwood, ends about here. You can scroll, zoom out, you can get a sense of what the area is like. You can see there are people who live out here, there's residences built up here, and yet this little area right here is it's kind of secluded. Nobody really living out this way. You've got one house here on Norwood, you've got another house here on Norwood. That tells me that there's power on Norwood, and if you actually zoom in here on Brownwood, you can see there's power lines right here, which you can't really make out along the way, but my assumption is that they extend out to the property. If they don't, if they extend only to here or whatever, it's likely not that difficult to get them extended out to the property. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, for anybody who's interested in scouting these properties and who's uninitiated with how Hemingway land works, we're investor buyers. We bought this property and now we're selling it, so we're the owners. That being said, we never see these things in person and we live nowhere close. So if you want to go out and scout the property, we encourage anybody to do that, particularly if you're going to spend this kind of money. That being said, we unfortunately will not be able to meet you out there. That thing to know, however, is that it's very easy to find the property. We make it very easy here. Obviously, you can eyeball this. You can see where it is on the map. It's off of Brownwood. All these streets are named. Not hard to find. But if you want something more precise, just bring up the listing page on your smartphone, click on the GPS coordinates, and your smartphone should give you turn-by-turn directions out to the land. If you don't like that idea, or if you're nervous about what your cell reception is going to be like when you get out here, just click on the directions button here on Google Maps, enter your start point, whether that's your home or the hotel you're staying at when you're in the area, and you'll get turn-by-turn directions out to the property that you can print and take with you. Either way, very easy to navigate your way out there and find the property. So let's talk a little bit more about this area. This area is RV friendly, and what that means is you can park an RV out there for 30 days, or if you're hooked up to water and septic lines, 180 days. Now let's just talk about who governs this and how you can learn more about this. So as noted, Timberon Development Council is a property owners association. They have a $30 a year fee, which is nothing, as well as another $18 that you pay in taxes to the county. But a $30 fee that helps maintain the roads and keep the community livable out there. If you want to learn more about the yearly regulations, you can click on this PDF here. It'll bring it up here, and you could read about the covenants that are specific to Unit 7, where this property is located. Unit 7 up here. If you want to learn more about Timberon, we also have helpful links down here in the county contact information. Obviously, there's links to the Otero Assessor and Otero County Planning and Zoning, but the Development Council in Timberon tends to have, we'll call it jurisdiction, we'll call it precedence. So these are the people who make up the rules out there, and obviously the best people to speak to. Click on any one of these links. It's going to take you to their website, to their FAQ, or to the Timberon Water and Sanitation District, where you can learn more about something like hooking up your RV to water and septic lines. By the way, those websites are here, here, and here, and this will help inform you more about the community. I should mention, a lot of people will call and will ask questions about Timberon, like, okay, how many horses can I have on the property or something like that. And, as noted, we buy and sell land. We try to be conversant in things like zoning laws or things like HOA laws in these areas. That being said, we don't know everything, and we don't purport to, and we always recommend that a buyer does their own due diligence and tries to learn this stuff on their own. So if you have concerns about horses or livestock or anything, it's usually best to reach out to the powers that be, which in this specific case would be the Timberon Development Council. Note also, we have helpful phone numbers linked here as well. By the way, I didn't mention this earlier, but we have down here in the gallery photos from the Timberon area. Typically, when we get photos taken of properties, they are specific to that property. With Timberon, however, we sent our photographer down there once, and we've generally been recycling the photos ever since. That being said, I think this will give you a fairly good sense of what the area is like, what the surroundings are like, what the terrain is like out there. And anything further, then we'd recommend that you go out to the property itself and scout it out. Anywho, you can also get a sense, by the way, if you come up here and click on this, what the exact shape of the property is like. As you can see, it's basically a rectangle extending from that road halfway out. But one of the nice things about this property is there's a bit of a slope to it. So if you plan on building out here, you can build on the high part of this, you have your road going out to the main road, or maybe you could just stay in this area and, I don't know what, use this area for hunting. Hunting, which, by the way, is also allowed in Timberon. What else? All right, well, these are the major points. Obviously, here we have points of interest. Any one of these links will give you some insight into nearby parks, nearby points of interest, things like that. Let's talk about price on this property. So if we go to Land and Farm here and we search Otero County, New Mexico, and then we sort by, so you'll notice we have our listing here and we have our listing here. If you sort by price, lowest first, let's get a sense of how we're priced. So apparently someone is selling an acre and a half of land for $6. I don't really believe that, but we'll go with that for now. So they're beating us, I guess. And then there's a half acre being sold for $1,800 in this area. And there's a 1 acre that beats us by about $5, but my sense is that's an auction, whatever the case. As you can see, we are very competitively priced. Our 1 acre at $3,000, our 1.2 acre at $3,200, and then you start to see things like quarter acre lots for $3,900 and $4,500, and what else was the first 1 acre? First 1 acre property I see here is for $6,000. Slightly less for $6,000. Here's 2 acres for $8,000. We had a 2 acre we listed for $6,000. That's actually fairly competitive on this person's part. Typically these 2 acres go for a lot more. I've seen them as low as about $10,000, but now I guess I'm seeing them for $8,000, $8,500. Whatever the case, as you can see, Hemingway land, as always, priced basically the lowest. We'll say competitively. We'll say competitively for this video. Anyway, if you have any questions about the buying process, it's very easy. Just click the Buy Now button here on the listing page. It'll take you to secure checkout, where you can enter credit or debit card information. The property is $3,200 plus a $150 dock prep fee. That includes all the county recording fees. You enter all your information here. On the next page is credit card checkout. We will write up a special warranty deed, put the property in your name, get it recorded with the county, and it's very simple. Now, if you have reservations about buying property online, giving money to people you've never met and hoping that they'll do something, you can come up here to our How It Works page. You can learn more about the buying process. For properties like this under $10,000, easy, simple transactions of $3,000, we recommend what I just described. But if you're trepidatious and you want to close through a title company, you want to make sure that your funds are escrowed and that we don't see them until such a time as the property's been recorded into your name. That's very easy to do. Close with, down in Otero, we tend to use Casa y Tierra title. But this is a sense of how that process would work. Obviously, we'd ask for some sort of deposit, $250, $500, something like that. And then we'd write up a sale purchase agreement. If you click on this right here, you can get a sense of what our sale purchase agreements are like and what exactly you'd be agreeing to prior to purchasing the lot. As you can see, very simple, one page with one page for signatures. Anywho, all right, we hope all that was informative and helpful. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and do whatever people do on social media, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.